And whatever timing, wording, or parsing one may want to bring up, one may want to suggest as an improvement on his remarks, his words had a shock effect, didn't they? They had the shock effect because they were true. When they are condemned so broadly, so almost universally among the establishment press, it is likely that they are true. These were true for another reason. What he said, let me read again. I'm outraged by the attacks on the American diplomatic missions in Libya and Egypt. It's disgraceful that the Obama administration's first response was not to condemn attacks on our diplomatic missions, but to sympathize with those who waged the attacks. Mr. Romney was talking about this attack. He was talking about other things as well, wasn't he? He was talking about a history. His words had a shock effect because in addition to being true, they were an unveiling, a revelation, a stripping away, and showing the feckless core of belief and sentiment that now animates leadership in America. Where do we stand with this part of the world? Where do we stand with Muslims who would do this to us? Where do we stand with a country which hesitates to respond? Is it an ally? Is it not an ally? We don't know. The answer is unclear. Much of the press, of course, quickly jumped in on Romney to kill this truth in the womb, something it is well practiced at. But that revelation and that truth will not die, or so I hope, because the message was received. I heard it on my radio show. I heard it from me early, but that wasn't so important. I then heard it from my audience, from outside the precincts, the normal suspects, if you will, outside the precincts in the grip of the new intelligentsia, the politically correct, outside of those places I call the places defined by advanced attitudes and professed moral and intellectual smugness. It was heard in Texas. Yeah. When Ted Cruz was on my show, he'll be here this afternoon, I think, the day after he was elected, after he had Chick-fil-A at his reception, said, there's a new wind blowing, Bill. It's a new country. We're going to take our country back with our values and our freedoms. I said, where are you talking from, Ted? He said, Texas. I said, well, I know it's true in Texas. I just want it to be true everywhere else. But if California continues to lose the business it's losing to Texas, they might figure it out. Otherwise, they will be the Lindsay Lohan of states. Just can't figure it out. Just can't figure it out. What did I do wrong again? But the message Romney gave, the message Mitt Romney gave was heard. It was heard and it was repeated. It was echoed, it was approved, and the American people applauded it. God help it to be seen and heard elsewhere.